Yeah, totally my bad. I forgot to unmute myself. Hello everyone. How are you doing? I have this for the background. Well, I explain. What are we going to do? Yes. I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. I am actually pretty excited to do this because I have found, well, yesterday I found some creepypastas of the originals. So, yeah, pretty excited about that. So, yeah, today we'll be reading the originals, the creepypastas, the classics, you know. Most likely, most of them, I think every single one of them are video games creepypastas, but that's fine. I really like cheesy creepypastas though. I have I think 4 or 5, and we are also going to watch some videos. So yeah, I'm doing pretty okay. I have also this new layout so you can see what I'm reading because sometimes I may mispronounce some things. So yeah. Is the volume right? I don't know if I should have background music while I read. Maybe like really low music, background music. Happy that you're doing also fine. So yeah. Aww. Oh, that's cute. If your girl knows that you have some autistic collection, yeah, that's totally fun. Follow type shit. You know what? That's so cool. I can respect it. As a person that loves to collect things of various colors, I have to admit I also have some problem. Like I see like a lot of things, a lot of colors, and I want to collect them all. So I can totally understand that. So very happy that your girl actually knows about it and respects it. Very cool collection. Very cool thing to collect. So, yeah, shall we start? I don't know with which one. I think I'm going to start with this one. Okay, this is the Creepypasta website. It even says the estimated reading time 2 minutes. So yeah, let me see if I can put some background music because it's feeling like a little bit too, like silent. How's that? Let me see. Heroin. I even have some glasses. Look at this. Ah, yes. They are kind of crooked. Alright. So, I just don't want it to be. Wait. I just want. Maybe like that? How's the volume on that? If everything's fine, I'll start reading right now. So we'll start with the classic, the most classic of them all, heroin. So yeah, Hero Brian. Hero Brian. I can kind of hear the music. Okay, how about that? Like that? I always have trouble with like the volume thing. Let's get this so you guys can read better. Okay. There we go. Okay. No problem, no problem. Maybe like that. Maybe like that it's fine. Alright, so let's start reading. Okay, thank you so much. So let's see. I had recently spawned a new world in a single-player Minecraft. Everything was normal at first, as I began chopping down trees and crafting a workbench. I noticed something move amongst the dense fog. I have a very slow computer, so I have to play with a tiny render distance. You know what? I can understand that. When I was a kid, I also played like that. And it creeped me the shit out of, thanks to this creepypasta. I thought it was a cow, so I pursued it, hoping to grab some hides for armor. It wasn't a cow though. Looking back at me was another character with the default skin, but his eyes were empty. I saw no name pop up, and I double checked to make sure I wasn't in multiplayer mode. Yeah, literally most realistic part of the story. He didn't stay long. He looked at me and quickly ran into the fog. I pursued out of curiosity, but he was gone. Oh! I continued on with the game. What? I would have not continued. My man has balls of steel. Not sure what to think. As I expanded the world, I saw things that seemed out of place for the random map generator. To make 2x2 tunnels in the rocks. You know what? In the old Minecraft, the 2x2 tunnels do exist. It's like a weird glitch. And it has always creeped me out. Small perfect pyramids made of sand in the ocean. Yeah, no, that's not. And groves of trees with all their leaves cut off. I will constantly think I saw the other player in the deep fog, but I never got a better look at him. I tried increasing my render distance for too far whenever I thought I saw him, but it was to no avail. Advertisements! I saved the map and went on the forums to see if anyone else had found the pseudo player. Why the pseudo player? It's just like, it's so weird. I would not have played on the same world ever again. I would have not touched Minecraft. There were none. I created my own topic, telling of the man and asking if anyone had a similar experience. The post was deleted within 5 minutes. I tried again, and the topic was deleted even faster. I received a PM? It's not DM? From username Herobrine. Oh my god! Containing one word. Stop. When I went to look at Herobrine's profile, the page 404'd. What's Heroine doing? Just trying to talk. Literally. It's kind of silly, you know? Like, it's like Herobrine had a Facebook and he just went like, don't. I don't. Oh, this is so cheesy, my god. I received an email from another forum user. He claimed the mods can read the forum user messages, so we were safer using email. The emailer claimed that he had seen the mystery player too, and had a small directory of other users who had seen him as well. Ooh, really? Yeah, he did say like, bitch, stop! Aww. Their words were littered with obviously man-made features as well, and described their mystery player to have no pupils? Well, yeah, no eyes, basically. That's our heroine right there. About a month passed until I heard from my informant again. Informant, don't say that. Don't say it like that. Some of the people who had encountered the mystery man had looked into the name Herobrine and found that name to be frequently used by a Swedish gamer. Oh my god. Pupils. Oh, there it is. Pupils. Thank you so much. After some further information gathering, it was revealed to be the brother of Notch. Oh! The game's developer. I personally emailed Notch and asked him if he had a brother. It took him a while, but he emailed me back a very short message. I did. PewDiePie! Oh my god, PewDiePie! I always knew it, you know. I did, but he's no longer with us. Ah! Notch. Oh my god. I can't believe this scared me as a child. I haven't seen the Mystery Man since our first encounter, and I haven't noticed any changes to the world other than my own. I was able to press print screen when I first saw him. Here's the only evidence of his existence. The original Herobrine post. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This. This. Let me get a bit closer. That's. Oh my god. That's so creepy. You know what? I can't believe I got actually scared. Thanks to this thing. This is one of the cheesiest creepypastas, and it's very short too. But well, you know what? This is a classic. This is a classic. I cannot get mad. You know. This image is quite old. I remember there was a video. Let me see if I can find it. There was a video of someone that just got like a painting. Let me see. There was like a painting of Herobrine here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. You can literally see that is a Minecraft painting with Herobrine's face, and it's so damn funny. But when I was a child, I was terribly scared of this. Like, I saw this video and I said, no more Minecraft for me, nuh-uh. Oh my god. Oh, there's again! So, yeah. That was our first, creepypasta of the day. Herobrine. Originally came from a 4chan post. This, I think it's one of the shortest that I have. So, let's see. I think we can move to our other creepypasta. One of the classics, you know? One of the classics. This is Sonic.exe. Oh yeah. This is way longer. This is 18 minutes of reading. So let me change the song because it's making me go crazy. And let's get something like this. Yeah, that's it. To be honest, yeah. I think Sonic.exe, it's one of the cheesiest and, well, not so well thought, like, creepypastas. But we're going to read it anyway because it's one of the classics, isn't it? Also, since I played Sonic.exe the other day, we can compare it to that game, so... Alright. Let's start. Sonic.exe. Oh no! I'm sorry. The bloody eye Sonic always gets me. I'm so sorry. Alright, so let's see. For you, gaming is about escape. Okay, when you push the button on the console, switch the PC on, you're switching the real world off and escaping to somewhere else for a while. You know, I kinda agree with that. Recently, the bright primary colors and flat backgrounds of retro games have been your escape. Sure, the graphics are virtually primitive, and the plinky plonk music can be infuriating, but there's something about the simplicity, the fullness of the characters, and the amazing gameplays of those games that really appeals. Until that is, one of those games full of bright sunshine days suddenly turns dark. Take it seriously, the kid's friend died. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Until one of your favorite characters fills this screen, but instead of offering his usual wide smile and mischievous eyes, he instead offers you emptiness, terror, and the dark hollow void of empty sockets that leak some awful fluid. The music fades, the eyeless face glares out, and you realize far too late you're in his world now. This is a bit too cheesy for me, sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. Overview. Oh, this is like, okay, here starts. Okay, I am a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Much like much like everyone else, I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I don't think I've ever played glitchy or hacked games before, though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had. It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. Oh, that's a good game. I liked how you get to explore the towns in it, until I noticed out of my peripheral vision that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. How the fuck did you see the mailman? Come on. Why? Are you playing on your door? Gosh. I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle. That's the dead child, okay. Let's just call him Dad, whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. I know that because I recognized his handwriting. Though what was weird is how it looked. It looked so badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. By the way, why did he not listen to his friend who hasn't heard from weeks? So many literally, I think right here he says like, "No, please destroy it," and the protagonist just go like, "Nah, I'm gonna play this." So ridiculous. This is what he wrote. Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. First, why can't you do it yourself? I can't do it, he's after me. Hmm? And if you don't destroy this CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Oh, because he's Sonic. Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Look, if Kyle is fucked up already, he's fucked. Why? Why the hell? He will send the disc, the CD, to his friend. Like, that makes no sense. Destroy the disc, and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please, Kyle. Well, that was certainly weird. Yeah, it was. Even though Kyle is my best friend and I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, I didn't do what he asked me. What an asshole. I think that a simple gaming disc will do anything bad. I didn't think that a simple gaming disc will do anything bad to him. Have you heard about seizures? Yeah. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that. Oh my god. Anyway, I looked at the disc and it looks like any ordinary computer CDR disc, except it had black marker on it written Sonic.exe. Oh my god, title drop. And it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited and wanted to play it, since I'm a big Sonic fan. Oh my god. If Roy's getting chased, why doesn't he give it to him directly and not to the post office? That's like way more time, so many plot holes. You're right! He had like all the time to just like pack the CD, just give it to the post office. It's so weird. Anyways, I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome! Awesome, why? You can download that in... Actually, I shouldn't be talking about pirating games, but yeah, you don't need a CD for that. Just saying. I was like, awesome, because like I said earlier, I like the classics. The first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. There was a split second when I saw the title image turn into something much different. Something that I now consider horrifying. Before cutting to black. Okay, that's... or bloody-eyed Sonic. Alright. I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black. The sky had darkened. The title emblem was rusted and ruined. The Sega, South... Wait, how do I read that? 1991, that's it. Was now instead Sega 666. Oh, but it's over. Do I mean the streamer actually doing it? You tell me. And the water had turned red like blood, except it looked hyper-realistic. It's the scary number. This is the devil. But the freakiest thing... Oh, okay, we're playing Sonic the Freaky Hog. Okay, but the freakiest thing that was in that split second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding with two glowing red dots staring right at me. And his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face. I was rather disturbed about that image when I saw it. You didn't saw it. How did you see every single detail? If it's a split second, come on. Oh my god. I was rather disturbed about the image when I saw it, though I figured that it was just a glitch and forgot about it. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so, and then another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up, and I was like, what the fuck? What's this doing in the first Sonic game? Freaky 69 is the project name? Anyway, then I noticed something off. The background was the dark cloudy sky of the Bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD, and there were only 3 save files. The music was that creepy caverns of winter music from Earthbound, only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse. And the image for the save file where you see a preview of the level you're on, it's just red static for all 3 files. You know, the punctuation on this text, it's making it hard to read. Let me wait. Can I find that song? It's wait a second. Caverns of Winter, Earthbound, reverse. Okay, let me see. Wait a second. Oh, that. Oh, okay, that's it. Alright, now we have music to go with. This is what's playing on... I don't know how he recognized this song. I had no idea this song was from Earthbound. Anyways, what freaked me out more was the character select. It showed only Tails, Knuckles, and to my surprise, Dr. Robotnik! Now, I was sure that something was up. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game, for crying out loud? My god, I don't know. More plot holes, don't worry. Yeah, this thing has more holes than a cheese. Okay. That's when I realized that this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game. Oh my god, he discovered America. Um, yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy, but as a smart gamer, I wasn't scared. Or at least I tried not to be. I told myself that it was just a hacked game, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling I picked file 1 and chose Tails, and when I selected and got started, the game froze for about 5 seconds, and I heard a creepy pixelated laugh that sounded an awful lot like that Kefka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black. Alright. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more, then it showed the typical level title thing, except the simplistic shapes were different shades of red, and the text showed only Hill Act 1. I love how he first comes him about being able to glitch, but telling him to break it in writing. Literally, it's so weird. The screen faded in and the level title vanished, revealing Tails in the Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. The music was different though, it sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse. Anyway, I started playing and had Tails start running like you will do in any of the classic Sonic games. What was odd was that as Tails was running along the level, there was nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That was when the peaceful music started to lower down into slow, deep tones, very slowly, as I kept going. I suddenly, I suddenly saw and I stopped. Wait, I suddenly saw something and I stopped to see what it was. It was one of the small animals lying dead on the ground, bleeding. That was when the music started to slow down. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that I never saw him have before, so I had him move along. You saw the little guy sad, and you just went like, yeah, that's normal. Oh my god. And he kept that worried look on his face. Yeah, Sonic is literally a child beater. I can understand him though. Um, as he kept moving, I saw more dead animals, as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried. As the music lowers and he moves past more dead animals, I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody killed them in rather gruesome ways. A squirrel was hanged on a tree with what appeared to be his entrails hanging out. A bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off, and a dog had his eyes gouged out and his throat slit. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals, and the music seems to have stopped. I still kept Tails to continue. Why will you do that? Come on, why will you do that? After a minute passed after the music stopped, Tails was running up a hill, and then he stopped. I wasn't. It wasn't until I saw why. Sonic was there on the other side of the screen, with his back against Tails with his eyes closed. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing that Sonic wasn't responding to him, if not acting as if he was totally oblivious of Tails' presence. Aw, poor guy. I feel so bad for Tails. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and I noticed that I wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move. So this had to be a cutscene. Okay. Suddenly, I began to have a growing feel of dread as Tails walked closer to Sonic to get his attention. I felt that Tails was in danger and something bad was going to happen. Nah, really? Oh my god, you're a genius. I heard a faint static growing louder as Tails was but inches away from Sonic, and stopped and stuck his hands out to touch him. That foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Tails to get away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Okay, so I'm realizing that the .exe game, it's actually pretty, like, faithful to the original story. That's why it's so cheesy too. It's almost like the game was priming you, zombie. You know what? The protagonist is so dumb. He's kind of funny. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open, and they were black with those red glowing dots. Just like that title image, though there wasn't a smile. When that happened, the screen turned black and the static sound was off. It stayed black for about 7 seconds. This guy just goes like counting seconds. Okay. And then while the text appeared forming a message saying, "Hello, do you want to play with me?" That's Sonic.exe. At this point, I was creeped out. I didn't want to continue with the game, but my curiosity got the better of me when I was taken to a different level, with the level title now saying, "Hide and Seek." Oh. Jigsaw, is that you? Oh my god. Yeah, that's literally Jigsaw. Oh my god. That's Saw. I have actually never seen a Saw movie. This time I was in the Angel Island level from Sonic 3, and it looked like everything was on fire. Tails looked as though let's do that again. Tails looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. He actually looked at me and made frantic gestures to me as if he wanted to get out of the area he was in fast as possible. I was starting to get freaked out by this. I mean, Tails was actually breaking the fourth wall, trying to tell me to get him out of here. I can't believe you're actually getting scared now. Like now, after you're seeing Tails like screaming. That's what freaks you out. Oh my god. So I pressed down on the arrow key as hard as I could and made him run as fast as he could. A pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow at the Argas Robotnik from Sonic Adventure 2 was playing as I made Tails trek through the desolate forest, trying to help him escape from whatever he was trying to run from. Suddenly, I heard that creepy laugh again. That awful Kefka laugh. That's the classic Sonic laugh. The I know I can't. But the something like that. Right after 10 seconds have passed as I helped Tails run through the forest, and then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere on the screen, again with those black and red eyes. Okay. The music changed to that suspenseful droning jingle as I see Sonic behind Tails, slowly gaining up on him, flying. Sonic wasn't running, he was actually flying! Why are you so surprised? Knuckles can fly too. The flying pose his sprite was making looked very similar to Metal Sonic flying pose in Sonic CD, except it was just Sonic and he had the black and red eyes again, only this time he had the most deranged looking grin on his face. He looked as though he was enjoying the torment he was giving the poor little fox as he gained up on him. Oh my god. Suddenly, when Tails tripped, another cutscene, the music stopped and Sonic vanished. Tails lay there and started crying for 15 seconds. Oh my god, stop counting the fucking seconds. The scene was rather upsetting to watch, and I kind of teared up myself. But then Sonic appeared right in front of Tails, and Tails looked up in horror. Blood started to come out those blackened eyes of Sonic's as a grin slowly grew from his face as he looked down at the horrified fox. I could do nothing but watch. Just in a split second, Sonic lunged at Tails right before the screen went black. There was a loud screeching noise that only lasted 5 seconds. The text returned, only this time it said, "You're too slow. Want to try again?" Oh my god. Bro is scared of flying Sonic and not the fact that his friend was panic riding to him. Literally. I can't believe this shit. And then that god awful laugh came with it. Alright. I was so shocked by what had happened. Did Sonic murder Tails? No, he couldn't have. He and Tails are supposed to be best friends, right? Why did Sonic do that to him? I don't know. Let me change the music. It's starting to making me go crazy. Let me see what I can find. Maybe this? Yeah, there we go. Let's get that. Okay, I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. Mods, can we get elevator music? I was thinking of putting some bossa nova or some jazz music, but I feel like it will ruin the atmosphere if it has some kind of atmosphere, to be honest. But I'm actually just laughing at this. I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. Oh my god. The save file that had Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself, which was flickering with that red static. Tails' expression scared me. His eyes were black and bleeding. His orange fur had gone black, and he had an expression of anguish on his face. Trying to ignore it, I picked Knuckles next! He ignored the Tails! Oh my god, what an asshole! We do not have an atmosphere, emails, and we're dunking on this creepypasta. Okay, you're totally right. Let me see. Let me get, wait a second. Oh yeah, this is what I want. Wait a second. Okay, there we go. That's my jam. I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. The save file that had Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself. Oh no, I read this already. The laugh came again and the screen cut to black again and stayed there for another 10 seconds. Stop counting the damn seconds. This time the level said, "You can't run." Oh. I was really freaked out by now. Just now? Really? Okay. I couldn't really tell if this was a glitch or a hack, or some kind of sick twisted joke, or anything really. But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept playing. Of course you would. The next level looked so much different. It had the ground of the scrap brain zone, but the sky background looked like the main menu. It had the dark reddish cloudy sky, but it was the music that creeped me out the most. It sounded like Giga's theme right after you beat Pokey in Earthbound. I also noticed that Knuckles looked afraid just like Tails did, though not as much. More rather he looked a little unnerved. He broke the fourth wall just like Tails and looked as if he wasn't sure about going on, but I made him move anyway. Oh, you monster. Oh my god. You monster, you're making Knuckles go. He ran down the straight pathway on this dark level, and as he did, the screen started to flicker red static a couple times, and then that maddening laugh came again. Yeah, literally, he has 0 brain cells. What the fuck? Then, after a few seconds of running, I noticed several blood stains on the metallic ground. I felt a growing sense of fear again, thinking something horrible is going to happen to Knuckles. He looked
nauseated.
Nauseated. Walking down this blood-stained road, but I still kept him going. Suddenly, as Knuckles ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him with those black and red eyes, and then red static appeared again. When the static vanished, showing nothing but black screen with the text saying, "Found you." I was now scared. Sonic found Knuckles already? What's going on? Why is he getting scared now? Just now? This is like the least scary part. Oh my god. Anyway, red static came again and then I was back to the level. Knuckles looked like he was panicking and Sonic was nowhere to be found. And this time, that high-pitched squealing from the Silent Hill 1's final boss was playing. Was this some kind of boss battle with Sonic? I hope to God it wasn't, honestly. No. Suddenly, Sonic appeared right behind Knuckles in what appeared to be pixelated black smoke. I made Knuckles turn and then punch Sonic. This is the first time he mentions that there's a punch button. But Sonic vanished in black pixelated smoke before I could even land a hit. That terrible laugh went off again. Then Sonic appeared behind Knuckles again, and then I made him punch again, and Sonic vanished again laughing. Knuckles was panicking even more, and I felt I was going crazy. Sonic was practically playing with us. He was playing a sick, twisted little mind game with me and Knuckles. Dude, it's not that deep, come on. Bro is playing Dark Souls, yeah! Another cutscene played as Knuckled fell to his knees and clutched his head sobbing. I felt his agony. Sonic was actually driving us both crazy. And then, in a split second, Sonic lunged at Knuckles, and the screen went black with another distorted screeching noise that lasted for at least 3 seconds. Another text message appeared. So many souls to play with, so little time. Would you agree? What the hell? Just what is going on? I started to think Sonic was actually trying to talk to me through the game, but I was too scared to think that. Sure. I was brought back to the main menu, and this time the second file box had Knuckles in the TV screen. His red fur had darkened to a reddish gray. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood, and his eyes were black and bleeding too. And he had a look of sadness on his face. Spelling mistake. In my creepypasta, it's more likely than you think. Free PC, check now. 100% real, no fake. Where I was? Oh, here. I began to think that those are the actual characters trapped in those TV screens on the save files, but I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. So I shut off the game and took a break. Okay. Damn. I took a nap. Okay. I wish I hadn't, cause I then began to have the most disturbing nightmare. Okay. Don't worry, I'll be here still reading. I was in pitch black darkness, though I was under the light given off by a lamp that hung high above my head. I could hear the cries of Knuckles and Tails nearby. They were saying stuff like, "Help us," and "Why did you give us to him?" and "Run away before he gets you too." Right. Their cries died out as I then heard Sonic laugh. His laugh, it sounded a lot like the distorted Kefka laugh. Okay, again. You're a lot of fun to play with, kid. Just like your friend Kyle, though he didn't last long. I was scared and looked around for the source of the voice. Okay, good job. Side quest completed. Won't be long until you join him and all my other friends. I saw him walking towards me, flickering in and out in several directions. You can't run, kid. You're in my world now, just like the others. When he grabbed me and I saw his bleeding black and red eye grinning face, I woke up with a fright. After a couple of hours, I decided to continue playing the game. Why? Why? I don't know why, but I had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected Robotnik next. Okay. I still thought that was a wacky that was wacky, playing as Robotnik, but anyway, the level title appeared again, and this time it said ... which I found really freaky. Who are you? This time, Shakespeare. That's right. What's that thing? What is that? This guy is so weird. He was definitely a weird boy. This time I was in some kind of hallway. Didn't really look like it was from any of the classic Sonic games, though it has the pixelated style. The floor was shiny and checkered. The walls were a dark grayish purple, with animated candlelights and a few dark bloodstains here and there. Yeah, like that's normal. And there was a dark red curtain hanging above on the top part of the screen. Every 12 seconds or so, that red curtain sways very slowly, but whenever you're playing the game, you can barely see it move. What? And how did you see it? The music was oddly pleasant, a piano playing a rather sad yet peaceful song. But I knew better. This was the song that played in Hill Act 1, only it wasn't in reverse. How? Don't get me wrong, I love his work, but this 9-year-old did not write that. You're totally right. Robotnik didn't look entirely nervous like Tails and Knuckles did, but he did have a suspicious look on his face, as if he was just a bit paranoid. He did a little animation when I just left him standing. He turns his head to the left and then to the right, at least twice, and then shrugs at me. Okay, that's a lot of personality, you know? As if he has no idea where he was or what was going on. Even though I was scared out of my mind about what was going to happen, I had Robotnik continue onward. He did his usual running animation, you know, when you beating him at the end of classic Sonic game and you chase him, as we continued going through the hallway. Then I stopped at a long flight of stairs leading downward. Now I was nervous, even Robotnik seemed unsure of himself, though I pressed onward. As I led Robotnik down the stairs, I noticed that the walls have gotten darker and more reddish. The red torches are now an eerie blue. What do you mean an eerie blue? Blue is beautiful, what the fuck? Then we landed onto another hallway. This one was longer than the last one, or at least it felt like it. And then we headed down, another flight of stairs down. This one was much longer. Took at least 1 full minute. This guy is amazing at counting seconds and minutes, what the fuck? And then I heard that horrid Kefka laugh again, and then the music slowly faded until it was quiet. As it did, the walls turned more dark red and the torches were a black flame now. When Robotnik landed onto the third hallway, I noticed how he looked really creeped out, though he would try to hide it. How do you know that? I couldn't blame him. I was scared too. Suddenly, Sonic popped right in front of Robotnik, the same way he did Knuckles, and then red static. The red static lasted for about 15 seconds, and then it showed me a most unpleasant image. The image showed a hyper-realistic of Sonic standing in the darkness, where you can only see his face, while his head and torso faded into black. And when I say hyper-realistic, I mean like he looked so real you could actually see the lines in his blue fur, as if you could actually feel the fur if you touched the screen. The most unrealistic part, the guy that got scared by blue. Oh my god. The hyper-realistic Sonic, look. Are you talking about this image? Look at this. Wait a second. Up. He's talking about this image. This is our hyper-realistic Sonic that you can feel, you can touch him. This this is him. Well, anyways, um, his face. Oh god, he had the most horrifying smile I had ever seen. And that's saying something consider I saw that image at the start of the game. Damn bitch, you think this is art? His eyes are wide and black and once again crying blood, which also looked hyper realistic. No, don't. And there were two small glowing red dots in those black eyes, staring right at me, as if he's staring into my mind. His grin was wide and demonic. It literally stretched to the sides of his face like a Cheshire cat, except Sonic had fangs. Very sharp fangs! Oh my god, he's a vampire now. Cool. Much like the werehog's teeth, except more vicious looking, somewhat yellowish, and from the look of it, he had stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lips, and fangs as if he ate some animal. Oh my god, yeah. He's only saying like, oh, hyper-realistic fangs, hyper-realistic Sonic. Oh my god. I stared at that gruesome image for a good 30 seconds, never taking my eyes off it. I felt as if he was actually looking at me, smiling at me, that face. It just took 10 seconds for it to etch itself into my brain for good. Then the screen flickered with red static again, 3 times. And on the 3rd time, I heard a Kefka laugh. Oh my god, the Kefka laugh. Oh my god. Except this time, it sounded distorted, demonic even. It went back to the image again, except this time there was the text again, though it was messed up. But it was pretty much one of the most horrifying things I looked at since I had this game. I am God. Oh! It was when I read that message while looking at Sonic when it hit me. I realized right there and then, this Sonic was a monster. A pure evil, sadistic, all-powerful, nightmarish, demented monster. And all of his victims, including Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik, and possibly Kyle, Kyle, are just his little toys. And the game is the very gateway into his chaotic, nightmarish world. And the very hell his victims are trapped in. Suddenly, in an actual split second, I screamed as Sonic lunged at the screen, screeching loudly, with his mouth wide open to an unnatural length, revealing nothing but a literally spiraling abyss of pure darkness before the red static came again, this time much louder and distorted, so loud that it hurt my ears. I yelled and grabbed my ears as the red static screeched for a good 7 seconds. Oh my god. Show, don't tell. This writing is unironically horrible. The writing is the horror. You're right. You shouldn't show your monster. It's always more scary when you don't know what the fuck is going on. Then it stopped and showed nothing but black screen. Okay. As I sat there, staring at the black screen, one last text came up. Ready for round 2, Tom. The Kefka laugh, now sounding more clear, as if Sonic was right behind me, played again 3 times as I looked at that text in shock and confusion. Then I got booted back to the main menu, and this time, the 3rd save file had a TV image of Robotnik in the same tormented state as Tails and Knuckles. Robotnik's skin turned a dull gray, his mustache dropped, and had blackened. His glasses broke, and blood is coming from them, and he had a mere dead-like expression on his face. I looked at Tails, Knuckles, and Robotnik, and I cried a bit. I pitied them for the agony they're going through. Dude, that was your fault, come on. They were forever trapped within the game, forever tormented by that horrid hedgehog, and always will be. Because of you, bitch! What the fuck? This guy is an asshole. Then the computer shut itself off. I couldn't turn it back on, no matter what I did. I sat there for maybe uh ooh 25 seconds, horrified by what had just happened. Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. Yeah. He tortures people who play his game in more ways than one, and then he gets bored. He drags you into the game, literally drags you to hell, where he can play with you, always as his toy. I can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there, but at least I managed to turn it back on now. After I sat there for... What? Didn't I read this already? Okay. After I sat there for... Oh my god, 25 seconds. I don't know why I forget how to read that. I heard a voice right behind me like a whisper. Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom. I turned around to see where the voice came from, and what I saw made me scream. Sitting on my bed, staring right at me, was a Sonic plushie, smiling with blood stains under its eyes. Oh, that's cheesy. What's wrong with this story? Don't. Wait. Let's see if we can find something. This is not what I wanted to see. Okay. No, I can't believe it. He found it. He found it. Another plot hole. How did he write all that without dying, of course? You're right. Like, he was actually dead. Oh, I can buy my own Sonic.exe. That's amazing. Well, the plot holes in this make it so funny. Like, right, how did he write everything? This is a lot of writing, you know? He... And also, why was he counting every single second? Like, he was like, yeah, and then Sonic smiled at me for 7 seconds, and then I jumped for 15 seconds, and then for 25 seconds. Like, dude, when you're scared, you're not gonna be counting, like, every single thing. Like, how long it lasts, you know? My god. That is definitely a creepypasta, isn't it? Alright, you know, I mean, this is cheesy, but this is the one that started it all, isn't it? This is old. Let me see, I don't know in which date this came out. Okay, look at that. 2013. Whew, that's old. That's very, very old. And it shows. But yeah. This is what we have. This is what we have. Actually, I have another creepypasta that was actually in Spanish. First, it's also Sonic creepypasta. It came a little bit before Sonic.exe. So, yeah, and it's called The Blue Pen Drive. Hyper-realistic Bly. That thing, it's not hyper-realistic Bly. It's actually called in Spanish El Pendrive Azul. That's actually the blue pen drive. It's a Spanish Sonic creepypasta. And look, it's a bit shorter, and it has a video to go off of. So I'm actually going to show it to you too. You know, wait a second. I want it. Okay, like that maybe. I'm going to make it a bit bigger because I can't see shit. Okay, so let's read the blue pen drive. This is a creepypasta that came actually before Sonic.exe. So yeah, it's actually pretty good, and it has a video made by Vibing Leaf. So we'll see the video after reading it. So yeah, the tale. I will tell you all about something horrible that happened to me 2 weeks ago. Wait, let me change the music. Wait a second. I don't know if wait. Wait. Cause elevator music worked for .exe, Sonic.exe because it was actually like goofy, you know. Ooh. Maybe like that. I don't know if you have heard about this creepypasta, but yeah, I'm gonna read it. I will tell you all about something horrible that happened to me 2 weeks ago. I couldn't keep it to myself for any longer, so I decided to write it down in order to keep myself sane and remind myself that what happened is real. It all started one night. I received an unexpected visit from a friend. His face was pale and his body was shaking non-stop. In his right hand, he held a blue pen drive that he slowly brought to my face. "Take it," he whispered. Slightly unsettled, I obeyed, placing the pen drive on my pocket. Immediately after that, my friend put his hand on his face and started to cry silently. His crying got louder as the time went on, to the point they turned into agonizing screams. I got horrified and attempted to ask him what was going on with him. He suffered for a few seconds on the ground, and then he stopped breathing. Yeah, we have we also have a dead child here. That's kind of like what these games do. Uh I yelled, calling anybody out for help until my mother answered. I'd rather not remember the rest. The day of the funeral was one of the most disturbing ones that I have lived through. Watching his entire family mourn and cry for him made me feel horrible. The autopsy revealed the cause of death was an epilepsy attack, and they never asked me for my version of the story. Never knew why. When I arrived home, I enclosed myself in my room and started to cry, thinking about the moment of his death over and over again. At least this makes a bit more sense than Sonic.exe. The friend is actually sad and it's actually like horrified by everything. Until I remembered. The pen drive! I rapidly looked at the basket of dirty clothes I had, looking through the pockets of the pair of pants I wore that day, and then I found the pen drive. At first, I doubted whether I should plug it in my PC, and to this day I regret having done so. But I eventually decided to see the contents of the pen drive. After having turned it on, I looked at its contents. It only contained one folder in a strange language I couldn't understand, and which I haven't been able to decipher to this day. Yeah, English probably. I'm just kidding. It contained a file called Sonic the Hedgehog.exe. I noted the name wasn't correctly written, but I didn't care too much about it at the moment. Wait, it's not letting me scroll down. Wait a second. What? Wait a second. My Google, my Chrome just froze. I can't click anything. What is going on? Oh, there it is. Yeah, but why will you put it in your PC if it was a suicide note? Then he will give it to him per hand, right? I mean, it's heroin. It's not that weird since this is a Spanish creepypasta. Actually, I remember that at that time, uh, actually, a lot of people used pen drives for that kind of things. Like I used to carry a lot of pen drives with me to pirate games and do that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not that weird. It's just kind of like a cultural thing. I don't know why though. But okay, let's keep reading. Now that my Chrome finally unfroze. I noted the name wasn't correctly written, but I didn't care too much about it at the moment. I tried to open the file, then an error message popped up saying something about the file that I tried to open not existing. I remembered the mistake in the file's name and corrected it, adding an E to the word hedgehog. It allowed me to open the file afterwards. I then remembered my friend was a big Sonic fan, which unsettled me a bit when realizing that fact, but I calmed down because the fact that the file was about the friendly blue hedgehog. Friendly blue hedgehog? After opening the game, the screen faded to black, showing a text that read out "Loading," with three dots that appeared and disappeared in constant rhythm. "It's a fucking game!" I exclaimed, not being sure how to feel about this. I waited for the game to load, and it eventually showed a colorful 8-bit scenery, with Sonic's emblem in the front, with him wagging his finger like in the classic games, alongside the typical title screen music. For a moment I thought that this had nothing to do with the death of my friend, until I saw the smaller letters in the menu, and the portion of the screen dedicated to Sega in 1991 copyright credits. There was some text written in seemingly exact same strange language of the folder. I felt chills go through me when I noticed. After that, I simply decided to press enter and move on. Oh, sure, tell me about it. The level was the same one as the original version, Green Hill. I could use the arrow keys to move and the spacebar to jump. The characters' physics were normal, just as they were in the original game. It all went just fine until I made a mistake and got hit by an enemy. In the original game, the rings you collected would be spilled once you took damage. However, this time, instead of the rings being spilled all over the place, there were completely red squares coming out of Sonic. My optimistic mind thought it was just a bug. Actually, this is the first time I think it's reasonable to call this a bug. If the rings are missing the textures, yeah, they may show like squares. So yeah. But deep down, I knew this wasn't a good sign. I kept going until I cleared the level, but when the act name was displayed on the screen, instead of the typical Green Hill Act 2, there was a lot of garbled text, written in the strange language I previously mentioned. The background was not normal this time. It was plain blood red blood that seemingly was slowly pulsating as time went on. I did get scared at that point. I tried to close off the game immediately with the escape button, but it didn't work, so I tried to press any buttons in desperation. Ctrl Alt Suprimir. None of them worked. As the screen distorted itself violently, my desperation grew. At some point, a really bright flash began rapidly flickering on the screen, and somehow it paralyzed me. I couldn't move or close my eyes. Okay, so this is kinda cheesy. Like, being paralyzed. I'm gonna stop the music. What's going on with this? Actually, this is kind of cheesy. Like, being paralyzed by a game. I don't actually believe this. Like, if I read this, I wouldn't believe it. I couldn't move or close my eyes. I could only watch the horrible things going on the screen. Excessively disturbing female screams started blasting on my speakers, while the screens displayed a close-up of Sonic face crying blood as the words "rest in peace" started appearing everywhere around the screen. The screams didn't stop. In fact, they only got louder as time went on. I started to cry, still unable to move, and then started shaking. I will end up just like him, I thought, horrified. The screen faded to black once again, and the screams stopped too. I desperately fought in an attempt to move, but all my efforts were in vain. On the screen, an enormous red number showed up. Number 10 showed up, which then changed to 9, 8, 7. I had to get out of here, I thought, still unable to move. 6, 5. With my biggest efforts, I was able to move a finger, then my head, my arms, and then my entire body. Once the countdown got to 2, I jumped at the ground, covering my head as if I were in some sort of shutout. I heard a horrible female scream, similar to those that sound in those jumpscares pranks that appear all around the internet. Except this one was scarier, and even worse. It was even more prolonged. I rapidly unplugged my PC's cable, Then I did the same with the pen drive and stomped it until it was torn into a million pieces, completely destroyed. The nightmare was over. I couldn't stop shaking after what happened. I eventually dried my tears and left the room. I never told anyone about it until now. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should just forget it. Sometimes I believe I shouldn't expose my life out of mere curiosity. It's not worth it. However, if there's one thing I'm sure of, is that regardless of whatever happened at the end of that countdown, I don't ever want to know what it was. So yeah, it's a pretty short creepypasta story about Sonic, and I think it's a bit more realistic than Sonic.exe. And this came a bit before actually Sonic.exe, so pretty nice. And it actually has a video to accompany it, so we're going to watch that. But let me read you. Let me read you. Okay, so basically it was like a normal day, and my father came home and had something he smelled. It was something with orange light. It was like from the movie The Thing, where my father turned into a dog. Oh my god, and it started eating my brother. Oops, sorry. Started eating my brother? Oh, my mother, sorry. While spitting out a black liquid, I think my dream world is trying to tell me my father is breaking my family. That's so creepy. But you know what? I think you're right. That's your subconscious. Like you're worried, like in the background about your father. So yeah, no, that's weird. That's creepy. That's a creepy thing. Okay, so here we have maybe. Okay, wait a second. I'm going to. There we go. Okay, and there we go. I really like this creepypasta. I'm going to get the sound now. It's in Spanish and in English. I can't see shit. This is literally a retelling of the creepypasta I just read. It's a bit different though. I think they changed it so it makes a bit more sense. Ooh. Okay, hope. Oh, it it looks pretty nice. I really like the original Sonic. There it is, the squares. Actually, I just noticed that the Sonic the Sonic photo down the left is like blood. It has blood in his eyes. You passed! Oh my god. That's kind of creepy, not gonna lie. I really like Marvel's own song. Oh. Pass or smash? Ooh. Ah, that's kind of weird. Oh my god. By the way, seizure warning. Epileptic warning. I'm going to stop the video before the huge, like, seizure causing scene. I am not prone to seizures or epileptic, but you always have to be careful. I think the final scene, it's like, whew, it's like so like crazy flashing lights. So I'm going to stop it before that happens. Me when epilepsy. You have epilepsy? Oh, okay, I got scared. I thought, oh my god, I got scared for a moment because this is a huge, like, epilepsy thing. Okay. See ya. Have a eat nicely. Past. Oh my god. Oh my god. Epilepsy thing? Well, that thing kills Sonic. That's kind of creepy. I have always found this kind of videos creepy. Ah, that thing, it's I really it makes me kind of uncomfortable to see like Sonic bleeding out in the floor. All right. All right. This is the countdown. Ah, this is kind of creepy, not gonna lie. Mm-mm-mm. It's really making me uncomfortable how it's silent. And I'm going to stop it right here before the flashing lights. So yeah, I don't know how to react anymore. My friend died for this. So this game kills the friend. So it's supposed to be like this game killed. It's a troll game. It's a troll game, and it killed the friend because the friend was epileptic. And well, as the game um had like epilepsy didn't have any epilepsy warning. It had crazy flashing lights, so that's what ends up killing like the kid, the friend of the protagonist. So yeah, in this version of Vibing Leaf, it's not a paranormal thing or a natural game. It's actually just a troll game made like as a joke, and the flashing lights end up killing someone. So I think that's more creepy actually than like a paranormal, unnatural Sonic.exe game, you know, or a bloody Sonic plush. I think this is way more scary. Imagine downloading a game to play like Sonic, because I don't know, you don't have any else. You don't have another way to play Sonic, and you end up downloading a troll game with flashing lights, and you end up dying out of a seizure. So that's pretty gruesome, to be honest, and it's actually quite scary. I don't like the countdown. But yeah, that's the blue pen drive. That's the blue pen drive. That's one of the oldest creepypastas. It came before Sonic.exe. So yeah, yeah. And I was planning on reading Band Round. I was planning on reading Band Round, but what detains me, what stops me, it's the 47 minutes of reading time of Band Round. But yeah, maybe I wanted to. I don't know if I should read it or watch it. Maybe we could watch it. You know, it has like a complete series of videos. So these videos, I actually remember them when I was a small kid. I watched them. I think I watched like one or two. I didn't watch the whole series, and I got so scared that even now I have like I am very scared of Majora's Mask. It actually horrifies me. Just look at that and tell me that's not creepy. What the fuck? That is so creepy. Oh man, it's just so empty. That like stone statue. Well, it's not stone, but that statue of Link. It has actually always creeped me out. Even in the normal game, like nothing happening. It's so weird. Ah, look at that! It even appears without playing the melody, like the song. Oh my god, that scared me! Oh, that scared me. Yeah, that is so creepy. Sup, Alice? Oh my god, you ate fast. No worries, I'm actually the same. Hi, welcome back. We just started watching Band Round. I remember watching this when I was a kid. It, it's kind of nostalgic now. Ah, that's creepy! What the hell? The fact that it appears out of nowhere. It's so weird. The Song of Healing has... Well, oof, that scared me. The Song of Healing on reverse, it's actually really weird. I have always felt bad for the moon. The moon in the original Majora's Mask just like sheds a tear because she doesn't want to fall on the ground. It's so sad. I remember this was one of the scenes that scared me the most when I was a kid. Like Link just catching on fire out of nowhere. Oh, they didn't even let him finish. Come on. That's just mean. Yeah. This scene too, like Link just dying, like laying dead on the ground. Now, looking back at it, I don't find it that scary. Ayo! Let me take a photo. You met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Oh, yeah, thanks. Oh my god. Thanks to this video, I haven't been able to play Majora's Mask. And now that I watch it, like being an adult, it's actually not that scary. It's kind of goofy now. Oh, your turn. Oh my god. Didn't this creepypasta was about like a dead kid that drowned? Like a band that drowned, and that's why it's called Band Drowned. Because a kid named Ben drowned. Oh, that's something. Yeah, laugh, bitch! Actually, there's a whole series, but I don't know if we should watch the whole series. Look, it's a lot. I have never seen the end. Let's see the end. Just a bit. I'm actually quite curious. Ah, yes, of course. Of course, totally. What is this? A compilation. Okay. What's going on with this? It's like a recap of everything in the series. I actually didn't know this series had an end, like it was a series, you know? I thought it was like some videos, like here and there, but nothing too big. Actually, it seems that it has like a whole story. God damn. What's going on here? Even the music, it's a bit, um, not loud. I can't even hear it. Oh. Ah, it's so weird when there's no music. Oh, that's a glitch. Ooh, the moon looks kind of creepy like that. Well, in the original Majora's Mask, the moon is. I don't know why the moon is like that. To be completely honest, I don't know why the moon has a face and a face. I mean, not as charming as you will expect, you know. Oh, okay. They're they killed the old man in the. Oh, I guess, but it's not a horror game, Majora's Mask. I mean, they tried to make it more mature, I guess, but mature doesn't necessarily mean more scary. Even though I think they kind of got it in some aspects, like some side quest, you can really see like the impact of the of death and in every single one of the characters. But the moon having a face? Oh my god. I'm gonna get the sound of it up. Ah, you know what? This is kind of creepy. I was laughing just a moment ago, but now the fact that it's actually like really silent, it's making me feel weird. I don't go. Don't look like that. Oh my god. Silent, as in Silent Hill. Oh, oh my god. Talking about Silent Hill, I have a I can remember I can't remember what game I have. Wait a second. It's not Silent Hill. It's like the other. uh, wait a second. I'm looking for it. I have another game that goes like with Silent Hill. It's about zombies, I think. That's very popular, but I actually can't remember the name. Resident Evil. There it is. Yeah, that's it. I have like every single Resident Evil game on my Steam account, and I haven't played any of them. So I could play them on stream someday. Resident Evil. That's it. I think I have one, two, the Resident Evil 1, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think. A vessel that holds wandering spirits rests here. Oh my god. Hmm. There's gonna be a jump scare here, isn't it not? Oh my god. Link's face looks weird, doesn't it? I can't remember Majora's Mask Link having that face. But maybe I'm going crazy, paranoid even. Oy, oy, oy. Ah, it's so creepy. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a jump scare came in either. Oof. My no! What did he do? Why? Oh my god! Why is the smiling mask salesman But why is he laying there? What's wrong? What were you expecting? What did this fuck do? It's incredibly quiet now. There's gonna be a jump scare. I'm sure you're desperate to know what happened to all of the others. I don't know. Link. Oof. That scared me. They've all died. Oh, that's cheesy. I understand your anger, but isn't it misplaced? I didn't kill them. Why are you moaning? You chose to do the glitch. You knew the risk, didn't you? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Totally my fault. Is it your fault? Or maybe it's because of that mask you wore. I can't thank you enough for the what you've done. By the way, since we're doing a spoopy stream, will you play that one roomie game at some point that you abandoned to play Touhou horror games for? I have not abandoned Touhou games or nor horror games. So yeah, I could even play it right now. Maybe or play it in another stream, like get some horror games. But what Rumia horror game? What Rumia game? I what Rumia game? The Yoigami Dancers? The one that dances? The father will be here soon. We will remake this. Oh my god. Oh, that's creepy. The one where you didn't know how to change characters. I actually can't remember that Rumia game. Oh, that's creepy. What's going on with this? It's quite a fun. If you could tell me the name of the Rumia game, I actually can remember. Or maybe I'll. Oh my god. Here she is. Hola cielo, estamos viendo videos de terror. De juegos. If you could tell me the name of the Rumia game, I could actually see. But probably, yeah, I will make a stream playing more Touhou games. Actually, I have more Touhou games now, so yeah. What are you talking about? Join us. My god. You shouldn't have done that. Oh my god. Oh, the moon is there. This is kind of creepy, but it's also kind of goofy, isn't it? Actually, glitchy games actually do scare me a lot. Even there are some real life glitches that actually scared the shit out of me when I was smaller. There's a Pikachu glitch where Pikachu just screams, and that fucked me up for at least 2 weeks. I couldn't sleep thinking that Pikachu may come for me, even if it sounds weird. Oh my god, this is goofy now. Well, congratulations, you freed Ben. Against all odds and my best efforts, you succeeded. They freed Ben drowned? That's right, now step away from him. Why? You still don't get it, do you? I don't understand what's going on. Oh, he's come down. He's come down here to hide with me. Ah, Endless Dream. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I will play that. Oh, shit. Yeah. You know what? Maybe tomorrow I will do a Toho stream. I could maybe tomorrow play Toho games and play Endless Dream. I know I forgot about that game pretty fast, but yeah, he's terrified. We all are. What do you mean? I don't get it. Oh my god, Toho. Look, actually I got bored of Ben Drowned because I kinda don't understand what's going on anymore. But look, I wanted to show you this. I think it's this. Oh my god! Stop. This video actually fucked with me a whole week. This is actually a real glitch that happened to someone. And well, this scared the shit out of me. I could not sleep because it scared me so much. Damn bitch, you live like that. Yeah, totally. I don't know why it scared me so much. Now I look at it and it doesn't scare me that much anymore. But that scared the shit out of me. I can't remember. So yeah. Ben Drowned. You know what? Ben Drowned was fine, but I don't know what the heck happened on the final video. But everything was so random. I think I prefer Sonic Creepypastas. Actually, I'm realizing I still have a bit more time. Let's read Tails Doll Creepypasta. Where is it? Wait a second. Uh, uh. Oh, I think it does not have a creepypasta.com thing. But anyways, let's read the Tails Doll. Tails or Curse? Tails Doll Curse story. Let's read that one. I remember that Tails Doll was a pretty creepy. Tails Doll was a creepypasta that actually creeped me out a lot. You know, it actually made me scared of like Sonic in general. So yeah, the tail. Huh? Is this It's this a complete? Okay, let's see. Amen came home. Amen came home from work with a gift for his son. He had picked up a new video game for him, Sonic R. It was a racing game, and when he gave his son the gift, he was so excited to get it and play it right away. That night he played the game with his son, and they had a great time. A couple of days later, the boy was almost finished with the game. His dad was there in his room, and when he beat the last boss, and he roared with excitement. And when he finally did it, he smiled and asked how he liked the game as he watched the credit screen. What's that? He asked the boy when the Tails doll appeared on screen. The boy said it was the Tails doll. That was all he knew. He told his son it was time for bed. During the night, the curious father went into the boy's room and turned on the TV very quietly to play the game for a while himself. The dad is just playing. Wait a second. There we go. Uh, 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 uh. We're back to reading. Whoop. There we go. He tells his son. Okay, so he chose playing the game, the game for himself. Gamer dad. The game was fun until he tugged him up with Sonic. Oh wait. He noticed that now he had the option to play as Tails doll. He chose him to tag up with some of the gang. The game was fun until he tagged him up with Sonic. The screen went black when the game system shut itself down. The man decided it was time for him to go to sleep since he had to work in the morning. So he crept out of his son's room and went to lay in bed with his wife. He has a wife? Oh my god, gamer dad. At around 2 a.m., he woke up when he heard thumps on his door. He assumed it was his son getting up to ask him to get him something. He told the boy to stop, go back to bed. The thumping kept happening, and at one point he noticed a little shadow coming from under the door. Tails kept popping into his head. He got out of bed and slowly opened the door. Then he heard someone say this very softly. "You are coming with me, forever." It was a doll, an evil doll, blood-covered, possessed little doll. It was the doll from the game. It had to be. But that's not the story I remember from Tales Dolls, right? It wasn't this the Tales Doll thing. The Tales Doll creepypasta was a creepypasta that had like, "Can you feel the sunshine?" As a very important part, isn't it? Whoa, 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 whoa. I I do remember that there was a creepypasta that had the Tales doll, and it was like a very important part of the creepypasta. The fact that there was this song that played that was called "Can You Feel the Sunshine?" That it's actually a real song that plays in Sonic R. Uh, 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 hmm. No. Am I having a moment? Why I remember a creepypasta. I really remember a creepypasta where the Tails doll uh why? Dude, I remember. I remember. I will assure you that Tails doll was a creepypasta. Tails doll chase theme. No, Tails doll, can you feel the sunshine? There it is. So yeah, it does exist. But I can't find the creepypasta anywhere. This is not the original song, wait. Yeah, and I remember this because the song was not scary at all. The song was actually not scary at all. It's actually this upbeat music that sounds when you play with. That was actually. You have schizophrenia, Emils, and you have been in coma for years now. Nothing is real. Go back to sleep. The accident was not my fault, right? You have to let me go. The accident was not your fault. Oh my god, no, I'm pretty sure there was a Tails doll creepypasta where there was a mom and a kid that died because of Tails doll. And well, like the son was dead, the song "Can You Feel the Sunshine" started playing like in the TV, something like that. I do remember it, but I can't find it anywhere. I have to admit that I have to admit that Tails doll, it's so weird. There's like his way of moving. What is this? Travelers. Oh, that's old. His movement is so weird. Look at him. Even though he's so silly. Look at him. There it is. This is like what happened in the creepypasta, you know? The Tails doll, and you play like the Tails doll, and someone died. Something like that. I mean, the Tails doll is a really creepy thing, isn't it? It's very weird. Like, look how he moves. That's just weird. I don't find the song to be creepy, but the Tails doll, I can see why people got creeped out with this bitch right here. He is very weird. Can you feel the sunshine? Yeah. So, yeah, you know what? I think we're actually quite done today. We have read some good creepypastas. Well, good creepypastas, I don't know. But we actually read a lot of the original creepypastas. And it's time for my boxing training now, so I have to leave. But I had a great time. Probably tomorrow I'll play some Toho games. Probably. I actually not that sure. But yeah. And maybe after the Toho games, I'll play Sonic Adventure 2. Anyways, thank you so much for coming today. I had a blast. I really liked laughing. I poorly written creepypastas, to actually like, it's a nostalgia thing for me. Thanks for having me. No problem, my girl. No problem. Thank you for coming, as always. It's actually always so nice to have you here. All right. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you have a nice day. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye! Bye!